Well, I accidentally discovered somebody's house I didn't know existed.
Oh, really?
It's kind of straight east of community base.
That would be Zatch. I do believe it's like built around a silverwood tree. Oh right, but it isn't a silverwood tree anymore, is it? Is it?
No, it's
looks
it's
like
Crazy
an
Twilight
orange one.
Forest one.
Yeah.
Oh, the little corner of it I saw looked like a building around a witchwood tree.
Yeah, it's a heart of transformation tree thing. It turns the biome around it
Oh.
into enchanted forest. Anyway, I need to get ready for work, so I'll see you all in a bit.
Alright. Need to do something about that. Let's see, what would look good cut up in here? Thinking maybe just some obsidian. Alright, coal, glowstone, tesseract, redstone, gold. Put it away for now. Sure, I'll need it in a second. This is looking quite amazing. Blockboy was indeed. Give me that saw. Probably 16 will get me there. There we go. Let's give that a try. Alright. Let's not forget to put the saw back.
Have you ever gone in the tainted land areas with that purple goop?
Yeah. I've wandered around them. It is pretty dangerous early on, like incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, that place is death. The first time I'd ever seen him was on another map, the last one I was playing on, and I pretty much got murdered every time I went near that land.
Sounds about right. There we go. That's kind of cool looking.
You were saying that, I'm looking up going, yeah, if that one cable wasn't there, and then you covered it.
Yep. I was wondering what to do about it, and now it's like, that actually kind of works. Like, that's where the power is coming in, but it's nice and covered now. So yeah.
That room actually turned out really cool.
Mm-hmm. I like it. And because it's really hard to automate the assembly table, just because you actually have to come in and click. So at best you could do is set 8 per table, and then you could pump the items in, and then you have to make sure only one recipe comes in at a time, or that whatever recipes you have set use unique items. Because otherwise, if you have all, what you can do is you can put 8 in, and you can turn them all on. Just click to turn them all on, and also have them all selected, so when the item comes in, the assembly table kicks off right away. But say the redstone shows up first, then you need redstone and gold, like we did for the gold chipset. The redstone shows up first, it might start making a redstone chipset instead of the gold redstone chipset that you need. So you couldn't do both on the same table. So it just gets to be a little bit annoying to automate, so I usually just pass. Let it be manual.
Yeah, I've yet to have gotten into anything that requires me to use that assembly table.
Inside of a Hellraiser cube? I could see that. You should see it when it's on, though, now. So I do want to get a little light by the door. It's nice and bright here. So maybe... it's there, too. And... there. Yes. I'm not even sure what I'm missing. But the magnet has gone crazy, so it's probably somehow managed to find its way outside, because blocks be magic like that. Yeah, it's one of the chisel blocks. Where did it go? Is the question. All I can think is... yeah. Somehow it managed to get way up there. Congratulations. There we go. Now I can finally cover this up properly. Slope back in. That guy back in. There we go.
Wait, how the heck did that even happen?
What?
I'm just now seeing you get the block from all
Yes.
the way on top of the redstone cable when you mined it out of the floor.
Blocks try to be helpful. I blame Dinnerbone, to be quite honest. Somewhere in 1.4 or 1.5, he changed the way blocks move around. And they don't always act like they used to. They don't just, in some attempt to sort of magnetically fly towards the player, they fly off in some random direction every time now, and it's really kind of annoying. So sometimes you get things acting very, very weird, like that. There we go. And if I could cut these in half, I would do a slab on this side, and then I'd leave this side stone. because that's one of the awesome things about microblocks. So what else could I do in the interim? Yeah. My assembly table has been needing a room for itself for a while. Oh yeah. The Noc'Craft chest sound is actually getting an update in the next version. He finally releases it. It's no longer going to sound like all the vanilla chests, every other chest in the game. He's giving it its own sound file.
So I've learned having a pressure plate outside of an iron door on the outside of your house is a very, very, very bad idea.
Depends on the pressure plate.
Is there one that will not let all the zombies that let themselves in?
Obsidian. Obsidian pressure plates only respond to players. Stone responds to any mob. Wood responds to everything.
I don't even know how this just happened. There's literally 7 zombies in my house, and I'm dead inside my house.
That's not good. Jeez, man, learn to Minecraft.
I was trying to get them out and break the pressure plate. They just kept coming.
Angry zombies, ooh.
I literally didn't get to the point of being able to control my character. They're standing on my bed. So I'm going to invest in obsidian pressure plates.
Mm-hmm. That would be a good idea. Would you like some help?
Yes please?
Alright. My inventory is full of junk. Let me at least get my sword on my bar.
I got out of my house and I'm running away. I don't know how. Yeah, that doesn't solve the mosh pit though.
No, not that one. This book. Alright, good night, Poseidon. Yeah, tomorrow's a work day for me too, but thanks to all the snow outside, I get to work from home. Alright, Zombles. Let's have some fun.
There's 2 coming up from behind and whatever's left in there.
All better. At least they don't break torches, right?
Yeah, I'm still getting used to not hearing that sound.
You are just really popular right now.
I don't like. It was just out of nowhere. It was one after another, after another, after another, after another, and finally they like pushed me back through the door and took over my house.
Like actual zombies. Come here.
Well, thank you very much for helping me take back over my house.
You're
I
welcome.
now know that iron pressure plates are affected by zombies.
Oh yeah, any mob. Even a chicken.
See, the entire plan behind the iron...
Magnet.
I was gonna say the entire plan behind the iron door was to, so zombies couldn't punch it down. That's what the plate was there for.
Ah. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. I think that's everything.
I don't appear to be missing anything. I think the Kokobo feather's yours, though. I don't remember killing one.
Larry, your shovel's in the corner.
Yeah, I might want that.
I'm okay without the feather.
I actually looked into that mod, and it doesn't seem too complicated to make a saddle and try to tame one.
It probably isn't. I mean, I just have never bothered to sit down and actually read the book. We did get a new book today, though. Agriculture. It looks really well done, actually. Considering there was nothing in game before.
Oh, pushing wrong button. But have you ever looked at the mod? I just started messing with it in my other world. I think it's called Geostrata.
Sounds familiar.
It gives you these crystals that you find in cave systems and in the nether, and you can, if you collect enough of the clusters, you combine them together. It's actually reasonably expensive, especially in early game. And you can make a potion crystal you put down that gives you a like 5-minute potion buff if you go near it.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen those. Like on Streamav's stream.
I haven't really watched Streamav.
He's not been on a lot lately. He's taken like a 3-month break.
Isn't he the one who did the restream all the time?
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of thought he got banned for doing that or something.
No, he just kind of decided he needed a break, because around Christmas time he got sick, and he stopped streaming, and then, as you might be noticing, the more you don't stream, the easier it is to continue not streaming. You start to notice all the free time you have.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, I like streaming. I enjoy it. I had a blast when I was, but I've gotten so into Minecraft and then so into modded Minecraft. My CPU cannot handle modded Minecraft and streaming. So if I try to, I lag. And it's like pretty bad.
Making diamond chipsets with 36 lasers.
Oh, this should look cool.
And the music goes well with it too. Wow. It's going that slow with 36 lasers. And again, it is a diamond chipset. They're expensive. 10 should be all I ever need. So yes. This is our new assembly room.
Do you know how big one of them can get?
What?
An assembly room.
I believe there is a max number of lasers the assembly table will respond to. Don't recall the number though. I'd have to go look at the Buildcraft wiki again. There's also a minimum distance the laser has to be to the block, and I think that's like between 4 and 8.
Yeah. I pretty much figured it was based off the distance, like you can only squeeze so many in that distance.
Yeah, and then you know how much power you have. Because out of curiosity, now that we're running 36 lasers,
Yeah, that's a lot of power.
Resident Energy Cell's like, I don't care.
Really?
You'll see in a second. It's like, full, don't care.
I remember when I first turned on my little laser assembly when I started playing modded, it was like 4 lasers and I had to turn my quarry off to run it.
Yeah.
And they didn't go to full power.
Just wish there was something I could do about this outside wall. I guess if I was thinking I could have pushed everything back one, and then had a buffer to build against. I mean, I could still do something here, and then just kind of have a doorway that's too long. But I kind of want to be able to see this.
Can you saw the blocks you're using in there?
No.
And put like the covers over the wall?
Chisel won't do that. You can't cut chisel blocks yet. I'm hoping he puts that in the next update.
Yeah, because if you could do that, that would just make the room right there.
Aha, there's power. Alright, well, it's been long enough. I think I can finally hook this guy up. Logistics power. Excellent. And then, like that. Possibly going to have to re-kajigger this whole thing. That does nothing as expected. I think I do need a supplier. Excellent, that was nice and fast. So we set up our supplier. I think he has to go. Items to keep stocked. Ah, damn it. Provider. I always get those backwards every time I do logistics pipes. Supplier, provider. This guy provides. Please keep this guy supplied. It's annoying, but it's constantly something I get backwards. Hello, Alter Ego.
That's like me with import and export for the longest time. I got them backwards every time I tried to do anything. And I'm looking at these pipes you're working with going, what the hell are these supposed to do?
Logistics pipes. This is what people did before applied energistics. And without red power. If you think about it, and even if you go and read the Applied Energistics wiki, Applied Energistics took a lot of inspiration from logistics pipes in terms of the way it works.
Huh. Might be fun to look back into.
Can I hook this guy up too? Not that. Thought I just hooked this guy up to the controller, but he's like, no.
He's like, nope, I like the ender chest more.
Apparently so. Yeah, see, I think it's hooking up to the disk drives and the molecular assembler chamber, because technically they are containers. This guy contains patterns, that guy contains drives, which is why it's reading as something it can attach to, so there's got to be something else I'm missing. I could have sworn all you had to do was hook it up to the base system. Well, I thank you for the offer, Alter Ego, but to be honest, I'm on a server right now. It's actually running a custom mod pack I put together myself, so I'm already pretty happy with everything I've got here. I do wish you all the luck with getting yours up and going. And 400 slots on a mod server, you must have the best hardware running behind that, for certain. So, I mean, if you can afford that kind of hardware to run a 400 slot mod server, I don't think you're going to have a lot of problem getting people to fill those slots up.
Now, with the sorting of colors for Ender networks, is it okay if I leave like white spaces in it to kind of make for different networks?
Yeah, only the first color is mandatory for your color. So cyan, white is fine.
Oh, so cyan, blank, blank.
Yes, cyan is your frequency.
Okay. I was thinking it was like the whole thing had to be based off of it, but just the first tick, and then I can do whatever for the other two.
We might have to modify it if there gets to be enough people on the server, but it's not been an issue yet.
Okay. Well, that makes it a lot easier to make different networks. Because I've actually just started getting into the whole Ender tank thing, and it's very useful.
Yeah, it is. Market item, quick sort, advanced extractor, B, mod based, ordict. That's a cool one. Thaumic aspects. Oh. All the things that have the same kind of Noc'Craft aspect on it. Nice. Except No, that's still useful. There's still aspects related to items. Yeah, I know how that is, Alter Ego. Once you really start seeing what modded Minecraft has to offer, it's just vanilla completely loses any appeal. I know some people can still go back, but me, I sit down and I try to play vanilla Minecraft. I'm like, where's NEI? Where's my minimap?
I got back on my vanilla game the other day. I was like, you know, I never quite finished this one thing I wanted to do, and I started going through. I was like, I can't do. I can't do. Where's the? Oh, this is just too slow.
Yep. Yeah, that too is an option, Alter Ego. If you want to spend the diamond, you can right-click the lock, the clasp on the ender chest, and you can make it any color, and it locks that chest to your player, and you can choose any color you want. But for me, as server admin, I like to be able to walk around and find out whose chest is whose at a glance. I don't have to fly over to it or walk over to it and open it up and say, oh, this is the ender chest belonging to so-and-so. Oh wow, those are done. Nice. More gold, more diamond. Awesome. And I think that room is something that we can call done, so let's turn everything back into the base blocks so they store more easily. Yeah, I'm actually gonna need the stone. Stone.
I panicked for a second. I thought they changed the way to make cactus green. It turns out I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, just smelt cactus.
Well, I'm pretty sure in Monster you had to like craft it in your inventory into something and then smelt it, and then you got the thing you wanted.
If you don't want portal guns on your server, Alter Ego, just take the mod off the server. Like, go to the mods directory on your server and delete it. If the jar doesn't exist on the server, it doesn't matter if it's in the client. They won't be able to do anything with it. Gravity guns. You got two options. You can either remove the gravity gun jar from your mods directory, or you can install Recipeer, which is what I have on here, which actually blocks you from being able to craft certain items. So that way you could perhaps award a gravity gun to certain players who have proven trustworthy. That way you still have access to the gravity gun, but nobody can actually make one. Although, you do run in the risk of people finding one in dungeon loot. So, in a random chest out in the world somewhere, in some dungeon somewhere. But easiest is just to get rid of it. So yeah, if the jar's not there, doesn't matter if somebody logs onto your server with Gravity Gun installed. The server doesn't recognize it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, and that goes pretty far too, because my Monster World got updated to the new version, and I had added Gravity Suite in myself, and Gravity Suite wasn't in when the server booted back up, so it didn't recognize that we had advanced nano chests and deleted everybody's.
Yep, that's how it goes.
And like, it's two of my real life friends that are playing on that server with me, and they know nothing about modded. And the one guy spent like 3 hours one night building his nano chest.
That's painful.
But he's like on a vacation, so he doesn't even know it yet.
Yeah, that's why I always prefer to run my own now. I did the FTV thing for a while, and they kept doing crap like that. Like, adding mods, removing mods, changing all the IDs for no apparent reason. Because all they really do is they put together a pack that runs, that has no problems running. They don't care what happens to the block and item IDs, or at least they didn't back when I first started using the FTB launcher, which was like right after it started.
Yeah, it was just like that pack had no Darkcraft, no Ars Magica. Like it had none of the early to mid game flight. So I was like, I just went and added Gravy Suite into the pack so that we'd have some form of nice early game flight without giving up your whole chest plate. And then they all got deleted.
There's a way to do this, I'm certain.
I'm amazed I still have power as bad as things looked earlier. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm actually just gonna go look outside. And my
Okay.
game crashed.
I guess you will be right back. Okay. Just did a little looking on Google, and it would seem if I grab myself an interface. Heard one of my machines kick on. Probably smelting some glass, because I'm never having glass in supply. That's a fancy looking pipe. Umar, really? Really find it annoying when it keeps getting stuck like that. Alright, interface, which now that I think about it makes complete sense. Alright. Let's see. Remote orderer, please. I'm gonna need that. That was easy. And let's make it a pretty color. I'm thinking red. That'll be cool. So if this works like I think it should, right click. Right click. There we go. Connect it first. Right click. Oh, look! My ME system. Yes. I don't know why it took me so long to realize, oh yeah, interface is how it works. Alright.
Oh wait, you finally figured this thing out?
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, it even sees my liquids. Not that I could actually request that. That's still pretty cool. Oh look, 152 blocks of lapis. Yeah, I'll take one. Yay! Stop with the pop-ups. Okay, well, where'd it go? It went into this ender chest. Remember that ender chest and ender pouch we made earlier? Yeah, this one. Hey look, lapis. Now I can just go anywhere in the world I want. Let's go over here. Yeah, over here. This looks good. On the other side of another biome and mountain. I am in need of probably some wood. Get some wood. Hey, request successful. Awesome. Hey, look, there's the wood. I changed my mind. I don't really need that. You can go back in the inner pouch. And now I can store this guy right there, and I have full access to my entire inventory anywhere in the world.
That is the best thing I have ever seen in Minecraft.
Yes, it is. I now have my entire storage system in my pocket. I just need to sort through it.
It may not be as organized as an ME screen, but you are accessing your ME system from anywhere.
Yes.
Oh, hey! I got all the way out here where I needed to go in another dimension and realized I forgot my pickaxe.
Whoops! But no longer is that even a problem. We have it. Kind of compact. About as compact as I can get it, really. I mean, it's 3 pipes, a chest, and an interface. And with everything right here. And of course, logistics pipes require power now. Not a lot. What's interesting, it used to be, depending on how far away you were, it would cost more power to make a request from your AE system.
Oh lord. So if you were in another dimension,
It was very expensive power-wise. Which I thought actually was a decent balance point, considering you now have instant access to your entire inventory anywhere on the planet.
yeah.
I mean, if you're quick enough and fancy enough, these ender pouches are great. You can just open it up, dump your inventory into it, take off your armor, dump your inventory into that, and then dump the ender pouch into the ender pouch. All you lose is your experience at that point. Like, say you're falling into the void. If you're fast enough, you can literally save everything because of ender storage.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Well, those were some very important things I wanted to get done today. Got my XP system all hooked up and ready to go. Hey, look, XP. Awesome. Switched all my tanks to Railcraft instead of open blocks. And I definitely do notice a bit more FPS in the area, which is nice. Really wish I didn't have to put the valves on the side of the tank, but I'll live. I'll go do this real quick.
I'd definitely say you accomplished a lot.
Yeah, let's see, what was this? About a 6-hour stream. Let's see, I wanted to... Not that one. That one. Yeah. I put glass on the bottom for a reason. I want to see what's in my tanks. Thank you very much. There we go. First, now I need another piece of stone to fix that hole I just made accidentally, because I can't count. Something I've seen people do with the ender pouch and logistics pipe against the AE system is they'll actually go and they'll name their ender pouches so they don't forget which is what. Just not a bad idea.
Yeah, that'd be convenient.
There we go. Lava essence. Spring water. Liquid essence. That would be the wrong name. Liquid XP. And I've got room for 2 more. I'm thinking what we'll do tomorrow is work on replacing these cyclic assemblers so I can stop wasting all my resonant ender. I mean, granted, I've got a ton of ender pearls, but my understanding is there's a mod coming up that I'm going to be working on that is pretty heavy on ender pearls. Big reactors. Liquid, the resonant ender from thermal expansion is actually a coolant for the reactor.
What?
Yes. In world form. Like, pick up a bucket of resonant ender, put it inside the reactor by hand.
Wow.
There we go. Door. Door. And let's see, I still have the screwdriver on me. The chisel. The carpenter chisel, rather.
Yeah, when that time comes around, it looks like it might be time to put a auto spawner on Enderman into place.
I'm lazy, I'm gonna grab this chisel instead of the one that's in my bag. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, I like that. What about... Isn't that supposed to be doing something? Ah, there it goes. Ooh. Ooh. Right, the subtle one. The hidden one. That one. That's a door. To an industrial room. As much as I hate doors, it does feel like it kind of needs to be separated somewhat. Because everything out here is still stone. We haven't done anything to clean up the basement in terms of pretty blocks. Oh well. Oh, never mind. Not seeing the number update correctly. Gonna say I have as much liquid XP as I do mob essence, but no. Alright, so yes. Got all our tanks changed out. Things don't feel so bad in the basement. XP system is a go. Need to add more induction furnaces, because again, all the patterns are full in all 3 of them. Interestingly enough, I think I'm actually starting to run low on grinder space too. I've only got another 7 slots. Extractors and compressors though, tons of space there. I do want to start playing around with remote I/O to get more lava, because I want to put the last 3 stacks of magmatic engines in, just because it'd be amazing. At that point, I might have to start looking into another form of power to start generating lava, because I don't know if I want to keep moving around pumps in the nether every other day. Because 5 stacks of engines will certainly burn through lava very, very fast. Because these engines have the bad habit of using lava even when there's no need for the power to go anywhere. Like, I could disconnect these engines from the energy cell and everything else, and they would still be using lava, even if their internal buffers were full too. Alright, we got our pig farm, infinite bacon, and it looks like one did indeed end up in the corner. Alright, let me fix that. Just because it'll bother me, and I've got a few seconds. Bad. Love these fans. If I set you there. Nice. Keeps them out of the way, and it's not far enough back that it's really gonna bother me. Like, there we go. That way they should pretty much, even if they're sitting in the corner, eventually get pushed over to the grinder. Perfect. Alright. So, infinite bacon. All we have to do is go over to our system. The one thing that the logistics pipe system does not grant us access to is the auto-crafting recipes, I believe. 100% certain on that, actually. Let's see. Yeah, nothing shows up under craft because it's not logistics pipe crafting. It's just this whatever's stored.
Yeah, because it's only looking for items that are actually there, and those aren't technically there.
Mm-hmm. Would have been awesome. There's got to be a way to do that. $11 dark iron. How much do you have?
I have 8 from the little bit I've found.
That's not bad.
I think, depending on what happens with snow, well, when I went outside and looked, we definitely got the 5 to 6 inches they were calling for, but I don't think it got as cold as they thought it would. So we, it didn't, it's kind of melting a little. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The company I work for is really, I don't know the word for it, I guess worried about the people that work for them, and they'll tell you not to come in.
That's nice.
Yeah, that we were actually closed. Today was my day off, but the store itself was closed all day because they didn't want anybody driving on the roads.
That's good of a company to do.
Yeah, it's not something you see often.
Goodbye, pig. Alright. And of course, the last thing we got really good to go today, our remote ordering system, of course, but our assembly table finally has a home that seems well suited for it. 36 lasers. And lots of chisel and carpenter. Even the door. Carpenter door with chisel blocks. But it's almost 3 a.m. for me. I've been up since 6:45. I think it's time for me to call it a night. So everybody who's still around watching now, and those just joining, thank you for watching and coming out tonight.